resources
Well, why couldn't
necessary.
you be the person to do it? Why do you think that you were not the person to do it?
Look, I don't know the answer to that.
Biggest regret?
On this campaign, none professionally.
Well, scrutiny surrounding Lewandowski was at its most intense when then Breitbart reporter Michelle Fields filed a police report for battery on the former Trump campaign manager after she says Lewandowski grabbed her arm, which the video clearly shows him doing. Joining me now, Michelle Fields. She's the author of the new book out tomorrow, Barons of the Beltway, Inside the Princely World of Our Washington Elite and How to Overthrow Them. Michelle, great to see you. So what's your thought? What was it upon seeing him fired?
Well, I'm not going to say that I was happy to see someone lose their income, but, you know, I really, truly love this country, and I think having someone like Corey Lewandowski in the White House would be detrimental for this country. I mean, this is someone who has pushed reporters, who yanked my arm, who, you know, has said awful things to women, has a terrible history. I don't think that's the type of person we want in the White House.
Had reportedly used threatening language with Hope Hicks, who was a very nice young woman, Trump's campaign, you know, messaging person, although he's the messenger, but she's sort of his press secretary. He's threatened yours truly. I mean, there's a long history. However, he was in Trump's employ for a very long time. So what do you think it tells us that he's now gone?
Well, I think the Trump campaign is trying to professionalize the campaign going into the general election. Corey Lewandowski was great at organizing Trump's huge events where he would draw tons of crowds during the primary. But now they need to move into general election mode. And I think that Corey is not the guy. You know, put aside his personal issues and the way that he manages people, he's not a seasoned veteran. So I think Trump needs someone, which he's now surrounding himself with, people who understand how to run a national campaign, and he's pretty much a body man.
You know, he obviously grabbed you, even though he denied it. But then you filed a charge because they sort of baited you into doing it, saying if it happened, why don't you file a charge? So you did. The prosecution decided not to pursue it, and then he said he really felt vindicated. Do you feel vindicated today?
I do. I do feel vindicated. You know, I think that when you're a bad person, you do bad things, eventually there are consequences. And I feel like with Corey, he finally, you know, there's finally consequences for what he did. He defamed me, he lied, and he really shook my life. You know, I lost my job. There were also lots of threats. So I'm happy to see that there is some justice.
You know, your book is about outsiders. Trump and Lewandowski,
Yes.
Do they count?
No, but I think that Trump has done a very good job at masquerading himself as an outsider. But I think someone who, you know, is schmoozing with political, you know, brokers in Washington and is giving money to both Democrats and Republicans is not someone who is an outsider. He's not motivated by ideology. Trump is motivated by power and money. And I think if you look at his history, you know, with lobbyists, this is not someone who is an outsider. But I think him and Corey have done a great job at trying to portray themselves as that.
Michelle, it's good to see you. Hope you're well. So while Mr.